And then setting yourself up in a comfortable seated position. We're going to start this evening. So for me, that's sitting on my knees this evening. Maybe it's cross-legged. If you're feeling really fatigued and tired, then maybe lying on your back. And just giving ourselves a moment to arrive into the practice. So I'm going to be doing a 60-minute practice, a yin restorative healing practice this evening. So really slowing down the breath, slowing down the body. And then Brucey bonus, what follows with that is the mind starts to slow down. So we're going to really connect with the breath this evening. So I want you to find a comfortable seated position and just check in with your posture. So maybe just rock back and forth, maybe side to side, and then just find a neutral point where you feel as if from the bottom of the sitting bones to the root chakra, all the way up to the crown of the head, just feels like one nice straight line. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Place the hands on the knees and place the palms facing down. So whatever's happened in the day, whatever's happened in the week, just bringing your attention to the present moment. And just being excited about the fact that for the next 60 minutes, there is absolutely nothing to do but just to surrender to the practice. So gently closing down your eyes. And I want you to pick a mantra for yourself this evening. So mantras are kind of affirmations that we can repeat to ourselves silently in our mind. It can be really useful when it's something that we want to cultivate in our life, but we kind of struggle with it. So whatever the reason is that you came on the mat today, just silently repeat that to yourself in your mind. So if you want some inspiration, my mantra for this evening is going to be, I put my body in a place of relaxation and healing. That's the feeling that I'm trying to cultivate in the practice this evening. And then just hold the body in complete stillness. The eyelids heavy. This can be quite difficult if you've had a day where your mind's been busy or you've physically been busy. But let's just hold the body, every part of the body, from the tip of the head to the top of the head even, the tip to the toes. Just start to notice your breath in stillness. The natural rate of the breath can be quite shallow, can be quite quick. And then we're going to start to connect in with the breath, make it a bit deeper. So keeping the eyes closed if that feels comfortable. If you want to open the eyes, you can just gently open the eyes about halfway. And then before we do any of the poses, we're going to connect in with the breath. So we're going to place the right hand in the middle of the chest and the left hand on top of the belly button. If at any point your legs become sore, feel free to change position. And we're going to start to connect with the breath. I want you to put a little bit of pressure onto the body with the hands. So not too much, but just enough pressure so that when you breathe, you're going to be able to feel the sensations through the body. So dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Take a deep breath in through the nose for the count of 3. Feel the breath as the right hand rises on the chest and the left hand rises on the belly. And then exhale for 3. Inhale deeply for 3. Exhale deeply for 3. Inhale for 3. Really feel the belly rise. Push against the hands. As you exhale for 3, you should feel that belly pull away from the hands. Inhaling for 3. Exhale out for 3. Taking it up to 4 this time as you inhale deeply for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. As you inhale for 4, really fill the belly with air. So try and take the breath in as deep to the belly as you can. And then when you've inhaled for 4, you're going to exhale and keep the hands where they are, but really drop the shoulders away from the ears. Let the arms be a little bit heavy. Inhale for 4. Exhale, drop them shoulders. We're going to do this for a few moments, so just see if you can keep your attention on the breath. Inhale for 4. Exhale for 4. Inhale for 4. Exhale for 4. Take it up to 5 this time. So inhale and see if you can count to 5 in your mind silently. And then at the top of the breath, exhale, let the shoulders be heavy. At your own pace, we're going to do this for a few more rounds. So inhaling, seeing if you can go to 6. Exhale, see if you can exhale for 6. Key to an extended breath is to send it to the deep parts of the belly. So as you inhale, see if you can really push that belly out into the hand. Fill the belly with air, drop the shoulders away from the ears, and then exhale, release. So continuing this at your own pace for the count of 5, 6, maybe even 7. And remembering the practice is not about keeping in tune with my breath, it's about listening to your breath and finding a pace that suits you. As you inhale, see if you can close the eyes. As you exhale, see if you can get a little bit heavier in the ground. As we inhale in, we're taking in all that fresh oxygen that the body needs. And as we exhale out, we're letting the body be a little bit heavier. 3 more rounds of these. See if we can inhale together for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale, slowly release. Taking 2 more rounds at your own pace. And then after your next exhale, when you finish that round of breath, option to play with your legs if your legs are a little bit uncomfortable. I'm going to change position slightly for me. And then we're just going to start to release any tension in the neck and the shoulders. So especially everything that's happened at the moment with COVID-19 and lockdown. Everyone in the world is carrying a lot of responsibility on their shoulders, and that can physically come out in some tension around here in the shoulder area. So I want you to just check in with your posture. Roll your shoulders down as if your shoulder blades are coming together down your back. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. And then we're going to take very slow circles with the head. So first of all, let's drop the left ear to the left shoulder. And then very slowly take the chin to the chest. And then roll over so the right ear comes to the right shoulder. Pause there for a second and we're going to hold. So the body should stay where it is, the shoulders should stay where they are, the arms should stay where they are, and the knees with the palms facing down. We just want to start to let the head be heavy towards the right side. Use the breath to go a little bit deeper, so take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, see if you can let the head be a little bit heavier and feel a deeper stretch down the left side of the neck. Inhaling deeply. Exhale, let the head be a little bit heavier. Inhale deeply. Exhale, gently bring the chin back to the chest. This time we're going to pause with the chin to the chest. So seeing if you can really switch the head off, so the head will automatically try and keep upright. Obviously it does all day, every day. So just see if you can let the head be heavy and really let it release down to the chest, chin to the chest. Remembering what we're trying to do here. So we're trying to release any tension in the shoulders. Maybe from using a laptop or a phone. Maybe just from feeling tense, we hunch our shoulders to our ears. It's just a natural instinct. With every exhale, just let that head fall a little bit deeper. Take a deep breath in. And then on the exhale, move the body so the left ear comes towards the left shoulder. So we move on the exhale to create a little bit more space. So again, body stays where it is, shoulders and arms stay where it is. The left ear is just gently heavier over to the left. And just notice if one side's different. So for me, this side is a little bit tricky because I've got an injury that I'm working with. Just be a little bit curious about what side you're holding attention on or whereabout you hold attention. On the inhale, take a deep breath in and close the eyes. And on the exhale, let that left ear, as if it's a magnet, imagine it pulling towards the left shoulder. Keep the torso nice and straight towards the front. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Take a deep breath in. And then on the exhale, you're going to bring the head very gently back to center. And then let's just look over our left shoulder. Look over our right shoulder. Nice and simple movements, but we're going to take it really slow. So look over the left, slowly. And then the right, slowly. Let's do this with the breath. Let's inhale to the left, slowly. And then exhale to the right. One more. Inhale left. Exhale right. Gently back to center. On the inhale, sweep the hands up towards the sky. Reach to the top to pray. And then exhale down to heart center. Pray. We're going to do this with the breath. So let's inhale up slowly. And exhale down even slower. So with yin, we're trying to slow everything down. So inhale nice and slow. Feel as if your arms are kind of wading through water as you reach up. And as you exhale, bring that energy down to your heart. Inhale, reach up, take it as slow as you can. So slow that the mind maybe becomes a little bit agitated because you want to move quick. And it's when we put our mind in them situations that it learns to deal with the tension, deal with the conflict. Inhale, reach up. Exhale down. One more. Inhale, reach up to the sky as much as you can. And then exhale, hands to prayer. Releasing the hands either side. Release the legs to the side. And then we're going to come to lay on our backs. But we're going to use cushions if you can. So I'm using a bolster this evening. But if you've got cushions or a pillow, then we're going to lie down so that the back is supported on the ground. So walk the base of your spine to the bottom of the cushions. If you've not got cushions, then that's absolutely fine. You're just going to walk yourself down onto the ground so the back is hitting the floor. If you've got cushions, then I want you to try and gently release the back onto the cushions. So you should, if you've got enough padding behind you, you should get a bit of a heart opener. So releasing the head and the neck onto the cushions. We're going to start to release into the heart. So let's take the arms up to the sky. And at the same time as your hands are reaching towards the sky, I want your shoulders to be nice and heavy. So imagine that your shoulders kind of more in the sockets rather than reaching up and out. You want to drop the shoulders towards the ground. And then we're going to try and work with the sensations in the arms here. So I want you to imagine that you've got like a beach ball in between your hands. You can keep your eyes open and focus on that space, or if you want to take it into more of a meditative visualization, you can close the eyes. Options completely yours because it's your practice. And then I want you to just focus your attention on the energy between the left and the right hands. Clasp your hands almost as if you're trying to hold that ball. Keep your hands exactly where they are. Just focus on any energy between the left and the right hand. Let the shoulders be heavy into the ground. And then we're going to work with the shoulders to create a nice warm release of the shoulder blades. So on the inhale, I want you to take the hands as if you're carrying that ball down towards your knees. And on the exhale, take it back up towards the sky. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale slowly as you move your hands down. Exhale even slower as you take it. Continue with this at your own pace. Giving yourself a bit of forgiveness if your mind's starting to wander. It's completely natural. Just bring your attention back to the breath. Back to the simple act of inhaling in, move the hands. Exhale, move up. Inhale in. Exhale up. Take one more of these as you inhale down. And then as you exhale up, hold your hands where they are for a second. Feel the energy between the left and the right hand. And then when you're ready, reach the hands towards the sky as much as you can. And then I want you to turn your palms away from you, so facing forward, and then cactus the arms down to the ground. So as if your elbows are trying to touch the ground, into cactus. And then I'm going to recommend here that you really stretch your arms into cactus so that you get a nice opening for the chest and the front of the heart, and also kind of the top of the pecs and the chest area. And then you're going to let your hands fall wherever feels natural. So it's quite often here to have a bit of tension in the front of the arms, front of the shoulder blades. Just find a place that works for you. So if you want to hover your hands off the ground, you can do. If you want to place the hands behind the head, that can also work. Otherwise, you can just release the hands either side and just let them fall into the mat wherever feels right. If the eyes are open, then just gently close them down. And then making yourself comfortable. If you want to come into butterfly legs here, you can bring the soles of the feet together and the knees can be out. An alternative for this is the feet go wide and the knees come in. So for me, I'm going to choose that this evening because the hips very often are always externally rotated. We quite often don't internally rotate the hips. So feet wide and knees together, and just really let the hips release. So taking a moment to set yourself up. If you feel a little bit fidgety, then just take a couple of adjustments that you need to. Whether you're on the floor or you've got cushions under your back, see if you can just really feel as if the back is connected to every part of the earth, whether that's through the cushions or the mat. Find the place for the hands that works for you. And just start to notice what parts of the body are talking to you. So maybe the body feels completely relaxed. Or maybe there's a bit of tension in the back, the heart, or the hips or the legs. The Yin practice invites us to sit with that tension, sit with any darkness that comes up, sit with any fears or anxiety. And that's possible by using the breath. So we're going to come to a 4-way breath in this pose. So we're going to hold this pose for a couple of minutes and make sure that you're not in any pain at all. Make sure that the position you're in is completely comfortable. And then when you're ready, working your way to 4-way breath. We're going to inhale in for the count of 3. And then you're going to hold your breath for the count of 3. Exhale out for 3. And then after the exhale, you're just going to pause in complete stillness. So let's do that again together. Let's inhale deeply through the nose for 3. Feel the belly rise. Hold the breath at the top, let the shoulders be heavy. Exhale 3. At the end of the exhale, just pause in complete stillness. Inhaling in for 4 this time. Hold the breath. Exhale out. And then pause. Deeply. Hold at the top of the breath, let the chest be heavy. Exhale out for 4. And then see if you can just pause without the breath for 4 seconds. Continuing the box breath at your own pace. So I really want you to focus on the count in your own mind. Especially when the thoughts start to distract you, bring it back to the count of the 4-way breath. If it helps, you can visualize drawing a box. So on the inhale, you draw one side of the box. Then you hold the breath, second side of the box. Exhale, 3. And then pause to complete the box, 4 weights. Using the breath to make the body a little bit heavier. See if you can really relax the shoulder blade into the ground. Remembering the mantra that you set at the start of class. Repeat that silently in your mind. And just acknowledge this is your practice. Whatever it is that you've got to carry that you don't want to carry, stress or anxiety, this is your opportunity to let it go with the breath. Giving your attention on the 4-way breath. Making sure that as you continue through the breath that your eyelids are heavy and your eyebrows and forehead are also heavy. Continue this with 3 more breaths, so 3 more 4-way breaths. Challenge to see if you can take it for as long as you can, so maybe inhaling for 6. See if you can hold at the top. Exhale and then pause. One more box breath at your own pace. No rush with Yin. The key with Yin is always to go slow. And after your next exhale, we're just going to make a slight adjustment before we move to the next pose. So keeping the legs where they are if they're comfortable. I want you to inhale the arms to the sky and just cross your arms over each other and let the hands fall each side of the body. So almost as if the elbows are kind of on top of each other, on top of the heart. We're just getting a bit of a deeper stretch for the shoulders before we move to the next pose. See if you can imagine that your hands are like weights and they're drawing down towards the ground. Notice your heartbeat under the arms. Notice that the eyelids are open, just gently close them. Relaxing the forehead. Relaxing the eyes. Continuing with the breath at a pace that suits yourself. Let's take deep breaths in. And on the exhale, let the hands be a little bit heavier towards the ground. Notice any maybe jerks in the body. Gently sweep the hands up toward the sky and just swap direction. So whichever hand was on top before, just change direction. Taking a deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more deep breath in. And gently unraveling the arms. Gently bringing the hands towards the ground. And then option to roll onto your side and remove the cushions. Or option to use your hands to very gently push yourself back up off the cushions. And then as always with yoga, yin and yang, we're trying to complement each side and complement the different energies that throughout the body. So see, as we've just opened up into the heart space, we're going to do the opposite and do a supported child's pose. So you can leave the cushions where they are and then literally just flip over so that your posture is on the opposite side. So if you've got cushions, then I recommend maybe walking them so that they're in between the knees and then the chest is going to come down. If you don't have cushions, that's absolutely fine. Just take your knees nice and wide. Hips come back onto the feet if you can. If you can't, you can also do this position lying down. You don't necessarily need to be sitting on the feet if you've got any issues with your knees. But otherwise, If you're in child's pose, then sitting back on the heels, I want you to gently fold yourself at the hips so the spine's nice and straight, and then walk yourself so that your chest comes down onto the cushions. Hands come either side, and we're going to start with the left cheek on the bolster or the cushion. Close down the eyes. Notice any sensations in the hips, any sensations in the arms or the chest. See if you can really let your sitting bones release into the feet. Take the knees as wide as you can, so the heart can be kind of magnetized towards the ground. Again, remember what we're doing here. We're practicing together so that we can really release all of the rubbish, crappy feelings that can generally build up. So with every exhale, just let the body be a little bit heavier. With every inhale, see if you can breathe in a little bit deeper. Really take it to belly breath, so we don't want to be breathing into the throat. As you breathe in, we want the belly button to feel as if it's popping out. Filling the belly with air. Let the neck be heavy. Let the cheek be nice and heavy into the cushions of the floor. And let's come back to the forward breath. Let's inhale together for the count of 3. Hold at the top of the breath. Exhale out. And then just pause in stillness. Notice what happens to the mind when we're in stillness. And bring the attention back to the breath. Inhale in. Hold. Exhale out. And just pause. Carrying on with the forward breath at the pace that suits you. And then when you're ready, keeping the breath going, but just changing cheeks. So lifting the head up and placing the right cheek into the mat this time. Continuing with the forward breath. Just feeling the release this time into the right side of the neck and the shoulder. Close down the eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Hold. Exhale. Release. Continue with the forward breath at your own pace. Any distracting thoughts, see if you can imagine they're like smoke of a candle or a flame, or maybe clouds. Just repeat to yourself silently, I am fully present in the practice. Bring your attention to the breath. Let the body be heavy. Continue with this for a few more breaths. And then after your next exhale, we're going to very gently release. We're going to do it very, very slowly. So with you, we want to do everything very slowly. See if you can keep the eyes closed. See if you can walk yourself back up nice and slow. And then moving the cushions to the side. Always comfortable for you to do that. Keep your feet into the ground and bend the knees. Find a position that's comfortable for you. So the back is nice and connected to the ground. Feet into the mat. Knees in line with the hips are nice and parallel. And then we're going to work with a couple of inversions. So see if you can keep the cushions close in case you want to add them in. You don't necessarily need to, but they're always good to have as handy props. And then before we start to do inversion, we're just going to work with any tension in the legs. So really commonplace for people to be tense in the back of the hamstrings and the calves. So first of all, let's just straighten that right leg towards the sky. If you can't get it straight, then that's fine. You can keep a bend in the knee. Either way, I want you to try and make sure that both of the hips are nice and connected to the ground. And then just take some circles with the ankles. I completely forgot what that part of the body was for a minute then. Circle the ankle in each direction. And then point the toe as much as you can. You should start to feel a bit of stretch down the top of the foot. And then flex the foot. So flexing the foot, we mean push the heel away from us. Let's do this with the breath. On the inhale, point the toe. On the exhale, push the heel away. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. One more of these. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. Gently lower that right foot back down to the mat. Close down your eyes. Hands can be the side of the palms faced up, or you can place your hands on top of the belly. And just start to notice the energy between the right and the left leg. Maybe feel a bit of a change of the blood flow and the energy as we've moved. Muscles of the right leg, the blood starts to pump. Fresh oxygen. And then gently straighten the left leg towards the sky. So if you can, straighten it, then do. Otherwise, you can put a gentle bend in the knee. And let's just circle the ankle really slowly. And then change to the direction. Change to the opposite direction, I should say. And then again, let's flex and point. So on the inhale, we point. Exhale, flex. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. Inhale, point. Really feel the muscles at the top of the foot. As you exhale, really push that heel away. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. One more. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. Gently bringing the foot back down to the ground. Inhale, both knees towards you. And see if you can give your knees a bit of a hug and a bit of a rock from side to side. So we're starting to massage the lower back here. Getting all the kidneys, the digestive system, the pelvis and the spine. Give it a little bit of a massage. And then when you're ready, gently place both feet back down to the mat. This time you're going to straighten the right leg towards the sky. If you can grab hold of the back of the right thigh, then do so. Otherwise, just place your hands on the front of the right thigh. And in the inhale, you're going to see if you can straighten the leg a little bit more. And in the exhale, you're going to see if you can bring that knee a little bit closer towards the chest. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bring it a little bit closer. Make sure that the body's not rolling over to the left. So you want everything nice and parallel, shoulders and hips into the ground. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, just bring it a little bit closer and get a little bit deeper stretch in that leg. So the more we release into the hamstrings, the deeper our hip stretches can go, and also our inversions. The energy lines are a little bit more cleared up without any tension in the hamstrings. And then gently releasing that right leg to the ground. Inhale the left leg to the sky. Again, you can grab the back of the left thigh if you can, or maybe the back of the left knee or the calf, or just the top of the left leg. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, see if you can bring it a little bit closer. The key with Yin is slow progress. So even just a very slight movement on the exhale can really get quite deep into the release. Inhaling. Exhale out. One more. Inhaling. Exhale out. Gently release that left foot to the ground. And then you're going to hook your knees towards the chest. Really hook them as much as you can. See if you can cross the legs over each other. And then see if you can keep the knees towards the chest, but release the hands away. So all we're doing here is taking the feet off the ground, even if they're just off very slightly. We're trying to change the blood flow and the energy. Closing down the eyes. Keep the body in stillness. Just start to notice any energy sensations through the legs and the hips. Notice if the eyelids or the eyebrows or the forehead are a bit tense. Just relax them gently. Keep the legs still where they are. Take 4 deep breaths in and out. In and out. Inhale deeply. Exhale deeply. One more. Inhale in. Exhale, release the legs down to the ground. Walk the feet away from each other. Let the knees come into center line. Give the legs a bit of a rest. Option to keep the arms either side of the body. Or for a bit of a shoulder stretch, you can take the arms up and over towards the ground above your head. Releasing the armpits as if they're shining towards the sky. Releasing the hands as if the palms are facing towards the sky. And let's just sit in this complete silence and stillness. Surrendering anything up to the practice that no longer serves you. Keep the body in stillness and keep the mind in stillness. Nowhere to be, nothing to do. Just giving the body complete permission to just relax and restore. Make sure the eyelids are nice and heavy, and using visualization, just imagine the body completely melting into the ground. So it might help to imagine a beaming hot sun shining down, or maybe in a nice warm bath. Just imagine the body just getting a little bit softer. Getting rid of all the tension that's built up in everybody at the moment. Holding the body in complete stillness, take 1 really deep breath in. Exhale out, bring the arms back down. We're going to move to bridge before we come to relaxation. So walking the feet back in line with the hips. Option to grab a cushion nearby to do supported bridge. So feet are going to come into the ground. Just kind of walk them up a little bit round so that you feel like every part of the sole of the foot is really grounded. Maybe walk them a little bit closer into the sitting bones. Hands come to the ground, palms facing down, either side of the hips. And then make sure that your knees and your hips are nice and aligned. If you gently look down, you should look like 2 nice long lines. And then on the inhale, before moving anywhere, I want you to just push your feet into the ground. So don't lift your hips off the floor, but just push your feet into the ground. Start to feel the different sensations as the body naturally wants to come up off the ground. And then the next thing we need to do before we move to bridge is to start to engage the glutes. So we're going to squeeze your bum, squeeze the bum muscles, and then release. Squeeze and start to engage, and then release. And then we're going to do both of them and then move the hips up. So push the feet into the ground, engage the glutes. And then when you feel you've got that control, gently lift your hips up towards the sky. Coming into bridge. You have the option to prop a cushion under the hips, the supported bridge. But see if you can hold bridge on its own for a second. So bridge is really good for, I've seen inversion, really good for the glutes and the back of the legs. Just notice that the heart is higher than the head here. So get a fresh rush of blood and energy. Strengthen the glutes, the hip stabilizers. See if you can push the feet into the ground a little bit more and push the hips a little bit further. Option to clasp the hands together under the bum and just gently walk your shoulders in to each other. So you might come a little bit higher off the ground. Remembering to push into the mat with the feet. Use a breath here as the legs start to burn. So take a deep breath in, deep breath out. The breath really is our best friend. So inhale in deeply. Exhale out. Hold here for 5 breaths. Notice the rush of energy through the body as we're in this inversion. Hold with some strength, but also make sure the body's still got a bit of softness. Continue to breathe, squeezing them glutes up whether you're in supported or natural bridge. Take 2 more breaths here. And then if you're in full bridge position, see if you can just grab a cushion and prop it into under the hips and gently lower the hips back down so they're nice and supported. So coming into supported bridge, the hips just very slightly off the ground. Option to cactus the arms out either side of the head and the torso, and just let the back of the hands release into the ground. So really good to release into the shoulders here. So we're really trying to get a deep stretch in every part of the body so that we can set ourselves up for relaxation. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, soften the hips a little bit more into the ground. Option to stay where you are if the neck feels comfortable, or option to just roll your head so that your left ear comes to the floor on the left. So a bit of stretch down the right side. Close down the eyes. Really let the body be heavy. Let that left ear almost feel as if it's weighted down to the ground. Remembering the breath, notice if you've lost the breath. Inhale in deeply. Exhale out. As you inhale in deeply, see if you can imagine your belly's pushing out like a Buddha. As you exhale out, let the body be soft. Option to stay here if that's comfortable, or option to change sides with the head. So roll the head over to the right. Stretch down the right side this time. Sorry, the left side. Continue with the breath. Really start to deepen the breath into the belly. We've not got long to go before we come to relaxation, where we're going to let go of the breath. So imagine you try to take as much oxygen as you can, really filling the body with all that fresh oxygen that it needs. Take some deep breaths in, deep breath out. When you're ready, gently bringing the head back to neutral. And then just gently rock the head from side to side, starting to release into the neck. When you're ready, very gently lift the hips. If you've got your cushion under your hips, just gently remove the cushion under the hips. And then we're going to set up for traditional Shavasana, so corpse pose. So feet come mat width distance. Feet fall out either side. The hands are going to come either side of the body. The palms are going to be faced up towards the sky. Take the hand a little bit away from the body so that the shoulders release. Make sure the shoulders are a little bit away from the ears, so see if you need to walk them away down the back. Option for supported Shavasana, you can prop a cushion under the knees, maybe under the back of the heart space. The only thing I would advise against is a cushion under the head. Just be careful that you don't get too much of a pressure on the back of the neck. We've got a very important nerve running down the back of the neck. So we don't want to lay with our chin to our chest too much, as it can put a bit of pressure on the vagus nerve. So finding your Shavasana for this evening, I'm going to talk us through Shavasana from a comfortable seated position. So finding your Shavasana, if you've got a blanket, I'd recommend just popping that over you in case you get a little bit cold. Close down the eyes if they're open. And then before we let go of the breath in Shavasana, we're going to do a couple of really cleansing breaths. So keeping the body in complete stillness should bring your awareness to the breath. Let the body be heavy. And just take one deep breath in for the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open your mouth and really sigh it out. Inhaling deeply. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And sigh it out. Make the noise as well. Take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. As you release the sound, this helps to release the muscles in the chest. So take a deep breath in. And sigh it out. Let it all go. Inhaling, fresh oxygen. Exhale, sigh out any negativity. Inhaling. Exhale, sigh. One more. Take a deep breath in. This time at the top of your breath, see the breath and sip one more bit of air in. Exhale, sigh out, let it go. And then we're going to completely let go of any awareness of the breath. So let the body continue to do what it does all day, every day. Breathing on its own. Instead, bring your awareness to the eyes, nice and heavy. And as we go into our Shavasana, bringing your awareness back to the mantra or the intention that you set at the start of the class. Acknowledging that everybody has got different things to battle, different challenges, different hurt, different fears, different anxieties. Just be curious about what brought you onto the mat this evening. Bringing your awareness to that feeling that you're looking to cultivate, that tension that you're looking to let go of. Or even just a daily ritual of practicing more yoga to be a little bit more present. And then I'm going to talk you through a guided relaxation this evening. And we're going to base it on the chakras. So there's 7 chakras through the body from the top to the bottom. And not only are they representative of different colours, different moods, different challenges, quite often different physical pains, but also just by focusing our attention on the chakras, we can bring a feeling of relaxation to that part of the body. So I want you to first of all bring your attention to the root chakra, Muladhara, located right at the bottom of the spine. Bring your awareness to that part of the body and imagine the colour red. Acknowledging the root chakra relates to how secure you feel in your current position. Any sensations of survival, security. And just starting to notice any sensations in the hips, the pelvis. Starting to feel a warming red sensation in the root chakra. Give yourself permission to completely let go of any thoughts that distract you. And then gently bringing your awareness up the body towards the sacral chakra. So imagine in here, just by the belly button area, imagine in the colour orange, the gut feeling that we have for things, the sensations that we have, any anxieties, any pleasurable or unpleasurable feelings. Start to note any sensations around the belly button. And then gently working your way up just above the belly button to the solar plexus. Imagining the colour yellow, or the digestive system, or the hormone system, everything that works in our body every day without us even knowing it. So the spot right in between the navel and the rib cage. Acknowledging the power here. The chakra is very important for our feeling of personal power. So feeling as if you can be completely yourself. This is the fire in the belly. So just bring into your attention any sensations that come up in that area for you. And then gently scanning through the body, working your way up towards the heart. Anahata chakra. The heart chakra is the front of the heart and also the back of the heart as well. And I want you to just bring your awareness to the area where your heart is. Notice the colour green come up here. Maybe see if you can feel the beat of the heart in the chest. Maybe acknowledge anything that is maybe blocking the heart from being its most genuine self. Maybe anger or fear. See if you can start to connect with feelings of love and compassion for others. Maybe notice whether you feel the heart chakra a little bit more in the front or the back of the heart. So we've done some heart openers this evening. We also did some supported child's pose, working on the front and the back space of the heart. And then as you lay in complete stillness, very gently scanning your awareness up to the throat area. The throat chakra, all around the throat area, the front of the neck. Imagining the colour blue. And for you, maybe imagining what shade of blue this is. Is it quite pale or is it quite a deep blue? So working on our throat chakra is working on speaking our truth. So just knowing that you are always able and willing to speak your truth. Communication with others and expression in a way that feels genuine to you. Maybe just notice any soothing sensations in the throat. Start to release all of the little muscles into the throat and the neck, front and back of the neck as well. And then very gently, starting to bring your awareness from the throat all the way up the neck to the jaw and the face. Stopping your awareness on the third eye. So our perception chakra. Focusing on the colour purple or deep indigo. Start to notice any sensations in the forehead. Relax the eyebrows. Relax the nose. Relax the eyes into the sockets. Starting to connect here with any energy that comes up for you, any sensations in the third eye, often linked to our emotional intelligence, how well we know ourselves, and our perception of the world. And then finally bringing your awareness to the top of the head. So I want you to bring some visualization to the practice here. Lay in complete stillness and just imagine, visualize that I'm there standing right next to you with some warm lavender oil on my hands. I'm just placing my hands on the top of your head. Just notice if you can visualize any sensations that would bring up. Any sensations in the scalp, top of the forehead. Any energy flowing through the body as it flows right to the top of the head, almost as if it's trying to escape the top of the head and the crown chakra. Imagining a violet colour, connecting with your spiritual beliefs here, any feelings of wisdom, any religious beliefs. And then just noticing the body as a whole, repeating silently in your mind, I give my body permission to relax. I give my body permission to relax. Acknowledging that the feeling of relaxation is there for you whenever you need it, with a deep breath in and a deep breath out to just guide you gently towards that sensation. And then gently starting to bring some sensation back to the body. Start to rock the head from side to side. Start to wiggle the fingers and toes. Option to finish tonight's practice in Shavasana where you are, or if you want to finish in the traditional way, in a comfortable seated position. Roll over onto your left side. Always the best side to lay on is our left side, so everything's all nice and aligned. Push yourself up to a comfortable seated position. See if you can do this with your eyes closed. And then meet me in a comfortable position when you're ready. And then to finish the practice, we're going to just gently bring the awareness back to the present moment. Enough that we can keep that relaxed feeling, but just feeling a little bit present as we walk off the mat. So I want you to place your hands in your lap. I want you to place your right hand on top of your left hand, almost as if you're holding a cup. And just let it rest on your lap so that the arms are nice and loose. Sit up nice and straight, drop the shoulders away from the ears. Imagine you've got a grapefruit in between your chin and your chest. Pick something in front of you to focus on. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out, sigh out. Inhale in. Exhale out. Inhale in. Exhale out. Take a deep breath in. This time close down the mouth. Exhale through the mouth. Through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Gently start to look over the right shoulder and then the left. Gently look over the right and then the left. Gently continuing to move the neck very gently. And then when you're ready, bring the head back to neutral. Bring the hands to prayer at heart center. Push the thumb into the index finger. Inhale, take the arms out to cactus. Exhale, bring them back to the heart. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, heart. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, heart. This time, take your hands up at prayer above your head. Hold there, really inhale in, feel nice and tall. Exhale, take the hands down to the heart. Let's do that again. Let's move through the chakras. So the three chakras, we've got the throat, we've got the third eye, and we've got the crown. So starting with the hands at prayer heart center. And then on the inhale, you're going to take your hands really through the throat, past the third eye, above the crown, and reach up to the sky. On the exhale, take the hands down the center line again, passing the third eye, throat to the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale down. One more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring the hands down to heart. Gently lower your gaze towards your hands. Keep your hands in prayer, heart center. Thanking yourself for spending an hour before you go to bed to release any of the negative energy that really builds up, to train the mind and the body to deal with any anxiety that occurs in this world, and to remove any of the negative energy so that we can feel a bit more our genuine selves. Silently repeating yourself a mantra in your mind to take forward into this evening, or maybe into the tomorrow or the next week. The light in me sees it, acknowledges the light in you. Gently bowing your hands and your head to the practice and to yourselves. Thank you so much for sharing the practice with me and for continuing to practice regular yoga practice. Namaste. Namaste.